One thing I cannot stand is the constant hate that 9-to-5s get. As someone who works a 9-to-5 that has a career, I think 9-to-5s are overhated, especially on the internet. Some of the things people say to be like, yeah, it's like modern day slavery. I hate my job and yada, yada, yada. Reality is, yeah, you may hate your job, but that don't mean everybody else hates their job. Like, there's some cool jobs out there, you know, especially when you get into a career field. There's careers where you get to travel a lot. I know for my work, I'm not in a conventional office 5 days a week. You know, I do a lot of moving around. I get to meet a lot of people, which is cool. I get to go out, show my personality a little bit more, and I enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? And I work with cool people. That's just the reality. Not everybody that works a 9-to-5 hates their 9-to-5. I get it. If you're like a cashier or a housekeeper or like a janitor, I can understand why you would dislike your roles, or working in retail, because those jobs are not fun. Like, some people are just snobby, especially when it comes to like their food, especially their food, or being a cashier. Oh my gosh. I did not like being a cashier. It's just some of those people, bro. Some people, like, they have a bad day and they displace their feelings on the other people. Or like if you're a cashier and people are asking you about the price of something. Why is it so expensive? Why are you asking me like I made the price? I just scan the barcodes and tell you what your total is. Like, if you got an issue with the price, one, go somewhere else, or two, you could talk to corporate. Those are the people that are making those prices, not me. I'm just your friendly neighborhood cashier. There are some great perks working a 9-to-5 that I think get slept on. For one, you get a consistent income. As long as you have your job, as long as you work those hours, you know what you're going to be paid every 2 weeks, semi-monthly, or weekly, whatever your pay frequency is. Or if you're working a salary job, you know no matter what, you're going to get paid that amount. Well, some salary jobs get overtime, but a lot of them do not, which is why hourly roles are cool, because you can get overtime. Knowing that you have that security that you're going to get paid that amount every week, or whatever your pay frequency is at your job, it brings a sense of security and relief, because it's like, you know, you're going to get paid. When you have that security, you know what you can do with your money consistently. Working in entrepreneurship, yeah, you're working for yourself, but you don't know when your next dollar is going to come. So there's no consistency on that end. And also too, your business could fail, or what you're doing may not work. Just like how you have to pivot with entrepreneurship. If something doesn't go right, you pivot with a 9-to-5. It may take some time to get back on your feet, but you can get back on your feet. And honestly, I don't like when people down the 9-to-5 to like promote entrepreneurship, because there's pros and cons to both sides, you know? And to be honest, there can't be entrepreneurship without 9-to-5. Not everybody can work. Not everybody can be an entrepreneur. We need 9-to-5. We need workers. We need 9-to-5 workers. They're the backbones of our society. Those business owners that are at the point where they don't have to be in the operation anymore is because they have 9-to-5 workers. I never understand the dismissal or the dissing of it. And I know people don't diss they don't diss the people that work them. They diss the work themselves. But hey, everyone's got to make a living. 9-to-5s, you get benefits: medical, dental, vision, paid time off. Listen, if I'm an entrepreneur, if I want a day off, I don't get paid. But shoot, if I request PTO for a week, 2 weeks, bro, the next pay period I come back to, I'm chilling, because I'm like, oh, I know I'm getting paid for my time. Now I really can do nothing because I know I'm still going to get paid. And then with benefits, right? I think it's important. Everybody needs benefits, bro. I don't care if you're the healthiest person in the world. I don't care if you have 1919 vision. I don't care if you're freaking Chip Skylark. You need benefits, bro. You never know what's going to happen, because there's people that may look healthy, but they're not healthy. There's people that look like they have good teeth, but they may not have good teeth. And there's people that think they may have good vision, but they may not have good vision. So have those benefits as a just in case, instead of like, oh, I'm like, nothing's ever going to happen to me. Because that preventative care, that annual checkup, that every 6 month cleaning at the dentist, that yearly eye exam, those are going to be pivotal. And as we get older, that means we got to start going to the doctor more. We got to start seeing the dentist, the eye doctor more, just in case. You can never be too safe. There's no amount of money that I would not spend to make sure that I'm healthy, because it all starts there. You can't work, you can't do anything, you can't enjoy your life, you can't work, you can't do the things you love to do if you're not healthy. Take care of your health. Working a 9 to 5, you get an opportunity to get those benefits. Being an entrepreneur, you can still have benefits. You have to really do your homework about it. Whereas with your 9 to 5, like, your job lays it out there for you. You have those opportunities. All you got to do is just inquire about them. Get your benefits, man. And then the PTO. Come on, man. Like, I get paid without working, so I can go on vacation and still get paid for my time. I could just take a day off. I could just request a day off to chill, and I'll still get paid. What possibly gets better than that? Nothing. Like, you can't beat that. Get paid time off. I request a day, and 99% of the time, I don't think I've had a day off. Me personally, I know some people, jobs may differ. I know sometimes jobs, like, they may have like a blackout period because that may be a busy time of the year, or there's just a lot of stuff going on, so they rather not you request those days off. But in my last 2 roles where I started working full time and I've been able to have benefits, I don't think I've ever had a day denied of being off. I've never had a day denied. If anything, they encourage you to use the time. They encourage you to take the time off. Like, hey, use your benefits, take your PTO. Because the thing is, I know, like, a lot of jobs, they don't carry it over. Take your PTO, take your vacation days, use those days, mental health days. Maybe you want an extended weekend. Shoot, maybe you want to go on vacation. Do those, take the days. They encourage it. I don't think I've been at a job, like, working full time where I've had benefits. People, they always say maximize your benefits, maximize your PTO, bro. You gave it, you worked hard, you work smart, or you work hard at your job, bro. Take the time off. Take the time off, bro. You earned it. You know what I'm saying? Take a day where you could just chill and get paid to do nothing, or maybe that's the day you want to do errands, maybe, but those benefits that a 9 to 5 offers, you can't beat that. Like, like I said, if you're an entrepreneur, if you don't work, you're not getting paid. But I'm working 9 to 5. I can request a day, and shoot, I get paid for the whole day like I worked, and just chill. I can do nothing, So another thing, once you're off of work, you're off of work. I know my day ends at 5. I know, and there's sometimes where I may have to work a little over, or I may have to work a weekend, but those are very rare. Those are few and far between. And honestly, those days where if I do have to work a Saturday, it's because I chose to, because there's an event, and you know what that means? I get overtime. So I ain't tripping about that. A little event, I can work 9 to 1 or 9 to 12 or 9 to 11, like extra 2-3 hours, 4 hours, not going to hurt nobody. Your schedule's your schedule, right? And if you're not working in those hours, you don't gotta work. Sometimes people call me on Saturdays and Sundays. You know what I do? I don't answer, because you know why? I don't work on Saturdays and Sundays. And then if we're off on holidays and it falls on a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or it falls on one of the weekdays, guess what? I'm not answering the phone, because you know why? I'm not working. So the thing is, with working a 9 to 5, you can walk away from it. Once you're done with the day, you're done with the day. Whereas entrepreneurship, it's a 24/7. Because you have to work. You have to be available 24/7 or within your operation hours, because you have to, you want to make some money. You know what I'm saying? There's pros and cons to both. It's pretty much what I'm getting at. If you appreciate the stability, the consistency, the security you love, then the 9 to 5 is for you. And there's great earning potential in that, especially if you choose the right career path. You decide to get your certifications. You decide to go deeper and specialize in what your career is. There's earning potential, just like there is in entrepreneurship. If you have something you're passionate about, you have a business idea that you think that is going to work. You just gotta have the blueprint and the vision to figure it out. You'll make money. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's pros and cons to both. For one, when I hear the modern day slavery thing, that irks my soul. Because you know why? That's just disrespectful. I'm not even a cat, bro. There's some 9 to 5s are just archaic, bro. They're cake, bro. and say you work 8 hours, right? Out of the whole 8 hours, especially if you're working a corporate job, you're in the office, out of a whole 8 hours, are you working that entire 8 hours? That's just my question to the masses. Whoever's watching this video, answer my question. If you're scheduled an 8-hour shift, are you working the whole 8 hours? Now, granted, if you're like a cat, like those I would say like your retail, your fast food, things like that. Okay, yeah, you're probably working the whole 8 hours. But I'm talking about like if you're in corporate, come on now. In meetings, all you gotta do is if you got meetings, you just talk to people. You report out on a couple things. That's cake. That's cake, bro. Some of these 9-to-5 jobs are cake, bro. They're cake. Some people work from home the whole week. Some people work 5 minutes away from their home. Some people are hybrid. Not every 9-to-5 is just like you're just working. You're going into a set office space the whole 5 days a week, 300 out of 5. I don't know what's 5 times 52. I'm not doing that math right now. But so like 250 plus days out of the year. Yeah, you're going into the office. Not everybody does that. Some people, there's jobs that people work from home 3 days a week, home 2 days a week, or work from home, period. That's cake. Just working from home the whole time. You're telling me like you hate that? And then you get paid for it? Come on now. I don't even know. What could I even say more after that? Like, when you're done, you work from home, and then when you're done, you're done. It's 5 o'clock. Oh, I'm off. It's 4:30. Oh, I'm off. 4 o'clock, 3, whatever time you get off, you're done until you have to go back to work. Whether that's the next day, the next week, whatever that is. When you're done, you're done. Your hands are free from it. I think where a lot of people go wrong is they make their whole work their life. They're not taking the PTO. They're working 2-3 hours past their scheduled time. Bro, I'm not doing that. I got a life, I got a wife, I got hobbies. I ain't trying to spend my whole time working. Like, that's the key. The key is with your 9-to-5, you can't be so roped in it. Like, you're not giving yourself the time to decompress, to pursue your hobbies, to be you, to live, man. You can't just be consumed with it, which brings me to my last point, bro. Another thing that I cannot stand is people think because you work a 9-to-5, you can't pursue your passions. That is far from the truth. If anything, your 9-to-5 should help you. If you have a business idea, your 9-to-5 is funding. If you want to be a content creator, you can want to be a streamer, whatever your thing is, your 9-to-5 can fund your passion. So that way you can make money from it. What I don't understand is why does working your job and being an entrepreneur have to be mutually exclusive? You can work your job and make content and make money from it. You can work your job and start a business. You can do that. Now you have 2 incomes coming in. Let's say you make 4 or 5,000 from your job. Now, and then you make extra 2, 3 or 1, 2, 3 grand from your side hustle. That's 6 to 8K a month combined. Come on now, that's life. That's a life-changing money. And then the thing is, you're making money from something that you love doing. So it's never really like a job for you. And then you could get to a point where, I'm making the same amount, or I'm making more of my passion. Then you could leave the 9-to-5 behind and continue to pursue your passion. Or you can still work there, but now your 9-to-5 is more, now you're more calm at your 9-to-5 job because you have something going on that's bigger than that. So you get a sense of peace. Now you can go in there and really run it up. But I hate the idea that your job is your job and you can only do that. You can only focus on that. It's like, no, work on your passion too. And then it could get to a point where it's flipped, where your passion is doing more for you financially than your job. And then you can make that decision whether you want to continue to work there or not. But I think a lot of people need to get that idea out of their head. Like, just because you're working a job don't mean you can't pursue your passion outside of it. And I get it, you know. People be like, man, I'm tired. I'm tired. I don't want to do it. Yada. Here's the thing, man. Here's the thing. If you're really passionate about whatever your passion is and you love it, being tired ain't an excuse. Being tired ain't an excuse. Like, I'm tired after work. Okay, take a nap. Take a nap. If you're letting your job get in a way of pursuing your passion, then that means you wasn't really passionate about it anyway. That means you wasn't really in love with it anyway. You're willing to let your job, something that you do to make money, get in the way of pursuing your passion. Ultimately, that's what a 9-to-5 is. That's what being an entrepreneur is. They're just ways to make money, ultimately, so we can live. When people stop having these debates on the 9-to-5 and the entrepreneur, they're never going to stop. But at the same time, it's like, bro, just live your life, dog. If you work and you like your job and you see a future in this field that you're doing, continue to pursue it. If you don't want to work a job, you want to be your own boss, you want to make your own money your own way, work on your own time, do that. But there's no reason to bring down one and uplift the other. Just let people do their own thing. There's no need to bring one down to uplift the other. Like, they both have their pros, they both have their cons. Just do what you want to do. And don't let one stop you from the other, because they can work together. But that's a decision for you to make. But I'm out of here. Hope y'all enjoyed this video. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll be back with another one. Peace out, guys.